All right. So I sorry, I believe you are hearing me. Okay. The question is that can you share with us how you find your flair in brand identity design? That's the question.
Okay, how did I get myself into brand identity design? Well,
Yes. At least
um,
you have options. There's flyer.
first of all,
I
it
don't want to
was
believe sorry, excuse me, sorry. I don't want to believe it is flyer it
yeah,
is logo you saw that person designing.
true, true, true,
Yeah,
though,
so
true.
how did you eventually find yourself there?
Okay, first of all, I think let's say got grow beyond the level of exposure you have, and that was my experience in design because when I started out, the people I was following only did social media flyers, that's church flyers and the likes, and then they only did let me say the major person I followed started with flyers and what's it now? You know all these Photoshop cartoons that we used to do then. Not really digital drawing now, but you know those basics. So that was why I tried to imitate him basically. But later on, as I got to go on with him, as I seen him doing logos. In fact, the logo I use currently was not done. It was done by my boss, the person I started learning from by imitation. I told him to do my logo for me, and then he did it. The only thing I did was after a few times, I modified it like 3 times so I could get what I wanted. But it was basically still what he did. So after a while, I started seeing logos done, and when I started learning via YouTube about these old design system, logos, brand identities, and all that, I just got it just intrigued me basically. It just intrigued me. I kind of liked the way the process was. I don't know if that makes sense, but I kind of like the process of logo design, how you have to think about a lot of things, the whole like it was research based basically, and I'm this research person, so I loved it, and then I love good logos, and my environment was this kind of environment where, in fact, generally in Nigeria there are bad logos. In Nigeria there are bad logos. There are bad logos in Nigeria. There are bad logos. You see bad logos everywhere. You see people just have one logo and they just look like, what's even the source of this logo? Just they shall put it together like that. They shall have it. And then they're like, ew, that kind of thing.
Okay. Okay, I
So,
want to cite an example, but I don't want to sound too critical. Say
all
just
right.
poo the dove, poo bell, poo cross.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, it started there. Churches. I mean, for me, a lot of things I did started with church. I mean, in fact, the reason why I went into design was because of church. I really wanted to help church grow with visuals. So I started with logos. I tried creating logos for myself. It didn't work. If you check my Facebook page, even though I've not uploaded there for a while, if you check my Facebook page, you see my attempts at creating logos. And the current logo there is not even the one I use currently. It's like the last modification of my own logo before the last one. So I kind of just love the fact that with a logo, I'm helping somebody identify what they do. With a logo, I'm kind of giving somebody an ID card, an identity tag, basically. And it makes sense to me, especially when it comes to brand identity design. So brand identity design for me went beyond, okay, I'm not just creating a logo, I'm creating like a whole system that will identify somebody. And when I began to study about brand identity design, it just made sense to me, and I got attracted to it. Like it was just like that is me. That's what I like doing. Like, and currently now, if you tell me still do a logo, I'm designing a logo for you, but in my head, I'm thinking of a brand identity system already. So it just like kind of stuck to me as it came through the process of learning about design itself. As I learned about the various aspects and just about design, I'm like, this is what I really think I like to do. And so far, it's been an exciting one. It's been challenging indeed. I mean, it's been challenging, truth be told, but it's been awesome basically. So to sum up everything I said, it started by first of all exposing myself to other stuff beyond what um what I've seen. So as I exposed myself, I began to see what could be, and then I had that interest naturally, and the interest was developed by a genuine reason. A lot of people venture into design, venture into aspect of design without enough tangible reasons, without any tangible reason. And when things come up, they have some. You need something to keep you going. Really, if you are into design because you want to just find something to eat, you need money to eat. So a purpose for why I wanted to do design. So every aspect of design that I'm into now, every aspect of design that I'm delving into or I'm going to delve into, I can tell you why I'm delving into it and what I intend to achieve with it. Not just saying, okay, everybody is designing one thing. Okay, I want to do product design now. That's a nice thing. I want to do UI UX design now. That's a nice thing. No, but there is always a reason for why I'm doing that. That's how I actually got to where I am now. I don't know if that makes sense.
Okay, thank you very much. I think what one of the things I learned personally from what you said is to find the reason that will keep you going. That's basically it. You know, for my students, one of the things I used to introduce them to, like sometimes around the first or the second class, yeah, is the fact that I know that most of you, what brought you into this class is that you want to learn. Perhaps you want to learn how to make flyers. That's everything we know that there is to graphic design. I'll tell them, I said, I know that what brought you to this class is to learn how to make flyers. But don't worry, I'll teach you how to make flyers. But one of the things I need you to understand is that graphic design goes beyond making flyers. So I will take the pain of introducing you to what what are the different what are the different aspects of designs that we have? And then I will introduce you to what they do or what each of them represents. So that eventually, when you have to read about it, eventually, when you have to research about it, or even while I'm talking to you, you'll be able to find what interests you. So we know that we have visual designs, we have social media designs, we have illustration, we have brand identity, we have editorial designs, all of those things. It can even be right at that instant you will find something that will resonate with you, and you just have to make more research with it, about it rather. So and it's just a cool way to go about it. All right. So thank you very much for sharing that with us. All right. Before we continue, I don't know if anyone here have the question before. I have some questions here again. But does anyone here have a question before we continue? We've been silent. I don't even know whether we're following. Please let me get feedback, please. Are we following? Have we been following?
We are following you. We can
Yes,
hear the
sir. Yes,
feedback.
sir. Yes, sir.
You follow me, sir?
Yeah, we are following you, sir.
All right. Are you getting value from the class?
Yes,
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 Yes, sir.
yes, yes.
All right,
Yes,
that's
sir.
that's amazing.
But
That's okay. I'm hearing you. That's it.
okay, all right. I want to ask. I've been hearing logo, brand identity. Can I get like a major difference between the both of them?
Okay. Okay. Emmanuel, please.
Okay, difference between logo and brand identity design. Now, for logo designs, basically, when you're doing logo designs, what you're doing basically is you're just creating the visual identity. Now, I believe we all know what logos are. A logo is basically a visual representative of a brand. Basically, let me just put it that way. So now, when you are doing logo design, strictly logo design, whatever you are doing is just to create the logo, maybe the color. I mean, you can't design a logo without determining the color, basically. So your focus is just the logo. But when you are talking about a brand identity system, now you are going beyond just the logo because the brand identity system covers a lot. Now, when you begin to talk about brand identity, you're talking about packaging, you're talking about stationaries, you're talking about promotional materials, you're talking about a whole lot of things that you are going beyond the logo now. You are generating a system, a structure that would go beyond what people see. It goes, even though you are creating visuals. For example, when you're doing brand identity design now, you begin to touch things like business cards. Let's take a restaurant for example. If you are doing brand identity design for, let's say, Chicken Republic, Now, brand identity design for Chicken Republic, sorry, brand identity design for Chicken Republic now would involve not just the logo, it involves Chicken Republic's menus in their restaurants. It involves their price, those price signs that you see at their service points. It involves their signages. It involves their flyers. It involves down to their clothes to be worn by their staff. It involves the branding of their cars, their delivery trucks, their dispatch riders now. So it goes into a lot. I mean, maybe you have ID cards for their staff. You are designing that too. So it's a whole system, and there's no end to brand identity design basically because it's a whole system that involves a lot. So far, it relates to the visuals of the company or the firm you are dealing with now. So it's a wide. That's why it's called brand identity design. It's a visual system. A logo is just the logo, but brand identity design goes beyond the logo to many other aspects, many other parts of the brand as well. I don't know if that answered your question. If it didn't, or if you need clarity on any other thing, you can just let me know.
Okay,
Oh, it
Ruth, did that
answered the
answer your question?
question well. Thank you so much, sir. I'm grateful for that
All right, thank you.
explanation.
Okay, does another person have a question? Does another person have a question?
Not now, sir.
Who is that? Sorry.
Not yet, sir. Not yet, sir.
All right, all right. I think I'll just have to pick from the other questions I have. I have here. Okay, excuse me. Okay, someone said I am. Someone said I am a health personnel. Okay, I think this came from Ruth. I'm a health personnel. How can I apply my design knowledge to my field? Emmanuel.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! That's that's a big one. All right, how do you apply? Okay, application of design in our various fields. Now, at the time, I had to do a mini brand identity design for an healthcare agency outside the country. Let me put it that way. Outside the country, I got the job for a friend of mine, and then I had to go and make a lot of research into the whole health system. Not many things now, but the little I could at that moment. And I began to see how colors work in children in different worlds. I began to see how, like, after much actually, I got to put all the words the same. The interior decoration and the arrangement of the words are not the same thing. Why? Because people react to colors. Okay, so let me bring it from this. Now, design has basic elements. And the basic elements of design, we have line, we have shape, we have color, we have texture, which we have form. Yeah. So now, when we understand this basic, we see these things around us. Shapes are made from lines. Everything has a color basically. And when we understand color psychology, you realize that there are some colors you put in a children word that will make people, that makes children react positively to treatment. Their colors, I realized that, I think one of my findings was that children react more to, I think, bright and excited colors than adults do. So if you go to an adult, you see them in trouble. In fact, they will die quicker because to them, orange is too sharp, orange is too exciting, orange is too energetic for their brain. But for children, that spoils a lot in them. So for adults, you kind of want to use dull colors like some shades of blue and all that for their words. So color, in fact, you see why they paint hospitals white. It's because there's this. I was sharing with somebody where I stay, and I'm like, we have several bathrooms, and there's a particular bedroom I like to go and beat. Why? Because the floor tile is white, and the other bedroom the floor tile is red. And every time I enter the one with red floor tile, I feel weird. Like I'm like, hey, is something happening here? But when I go to the one with white floor tiles, I feel like I'm relaxed. I can do whatever I want to do. The same way, I think when we understand the basic principles, it helps us in maybe they want to design the promotional material in the hospital, for example. You can say, okay, please don't let us use this kind of font or color because if you are targeting adults, they won't react to this color. Okay, you want to design images or posters for each word. You can say, okay, don't use this color. Okay, we want to design signages for the hospital to help people find their way. You can say, okay, let's look at this size. Those basic design principles will come in handy because you have the knowledge of design, and with that, you can give directions on such matters. It might not help you treat a patient, but at least it will help you get things done better in the hospital. I don't know if that makes sense.
Okay, I want to believe that makes sense. I want to believe. All right. Let me just add this to it. Someone told someone. I think I had a story of how children used to run away from CTR. I don't know whether we know this CTR machine, this CTR scanning machine, and then um the person, well, not necessarily a designer, truth be told, just come up with a story, and then he will tell the children and say, um we are going on an adventure. um just become they are pirates. You don't want to wake the pirates because they will kill you. That kind of thing. And then the thing became so fascinating to children to the extent that they said the children will be telling their parents, please can I go back to the machine? All in the name of someone make it more friendly for them. All right. So I used to tell people that design is not about yourself. Designers are not selfish. As a designer, you need to pay attention. You need to focus on the needs of your users. Who are those that are going to interact with what you are producing? That's one of the things you need to pay attention to. All right. So, for example, as a product designer, you need to there's a part of product design that is called empathy. You need to be able to have empathy. You need to be able to put yourself in the shoe of your audience to be able to give them a solution as to what they need as a person. All right. So one of the way to apply design now, thank God you did not say graphics design. It would have cost kata to answer that question. So one of the way to apply design to the health industry is to okay, my answer might look vague, right? But it's basically to understand the need of your patients and be able to put, I don't know, all of these health things, to put it to them in a more better way. See, it can even be the way you will arrange your instrument that will make a whole lot of sense to your patients. See, it's still part of design, trust me. It can be the way you will put some things that will make sense to your patients um than it would do on a normal day. All right. So I want to believe that answers your question. All right. Do we have anyone with a question yet? Before I read the next question. Okay. Now the next question we have here is okay. Someone said, "How do you boost your confidence as a graphic designer?" Okay, Emmanuel.
Okay, how do I boost my confidence as a graphic designer? Well, I think the first thing to do is actually just accept yourself because truth be told, if I'll be honest, I still kind of feel not confident at times because for me as a designer, my process is different from other designers, and so it kind of makes me feel somehow compared to other designers. And then if you if you want to get me to do something for you, you have to start looking at, okay, will I be able to meet up and a whole lot of things and all that. And it makes you feel like, okay, I can't take jobs. But one thing I started doing was to be confident in my process. And so because I became confident, I accepted that this is the way I work, this is the way I design, this is the way I do stuff. It made me confident in that fact that, okay, if I do this thing this way, I'll be able to come up with good work. And I haven't seen people kind of come around and like what I do, like, oh, Stewart, you did this, this is great and all that. Kind of actually make me um more confident. Now, let me say this. I think I just remember this now. Now, one thing you can do is just do a kind of revisit. Revisit your works from as far back as you can find till now, and you see the difference. You see what has changed a bit. I think that would help you even um more confident that, okay, we are making progress. We are really, really making progress. I mean, once you see the progress you're making, you get more confidence in what you're doing and know that, okay, I'm not wasting my time. I'm really getting somewhere. So how do you boost your confidence as a designer? First of all, we can't overemphasize the fact that you have to believe in yourself, believe in what you do. If you don't believe in what you do, you forget. There's nothing you're going to do. You will still, no matter how much good work you produce there, you don't believe in yourself, you will still flop. You still give up on yourself. So believe in yourself. No matter what people say about you, just believe in yourself, and then tell yourself the fact that you're making progress. If you have to go check all through your past work, just do that, and then you see that with that you get better by the day.
Wow, that's a
Are
very
we
huge
following?
one. That's a very huge one. Thank you very much. Yeah, you basically just need to do all of those things he said. Don't worry, I will not repeat it because I want to believe you are following. That's a very huge response. That's a very huge response. You know, see, for me, I believe that no matter what stage you get to, there's still this feeling of lack of confidence, especially when you have to do a new thing. All right. Like I was saying the other time that one of my goals this year is to transition to product design. And when I got my first gig in product design, trust me, you will know I'm not confident, even in the way I charged for the projects. I wasn't confident because on a normal day. Okay, I was going to say on a normal day I like money. I don't like money, trust. But on a normal day, I would have charged more. But there was this feeling that, "Kai, what if I do nonsense for them?" So I said, okay, for me to feel justified, let me charge less. At least if I do nonsense for them, I'll justify it that after all, I didn't collect much money from the project. As though the reason I did a bad job is because I didn't get much money. Of course, they are willing to offer more. I was just the one that told them, okay, this is how much I'm charging. So basically, from what he said, you just need to see how far you've come as a designer. It's a very good way for you to get better. Just look at how far you've come. It will help you a lot. It will help you a lot. All right, thank you very much for that. Okay, what other question do we have here?